Hi, I'm Karen Kubicko, and today we're going to talk about what is an NDE or near-death experience. Well, I've had two of them so far that I'm aware of in this current lifetime. And the first one, I wasn't completely aware that I actually had one. It took me a while to figure that out. But the second one was obvious. I was in a car wreck. I remember seeing myself outside my body. I remember knowing everything that was going on around me and seeing the light above me. And then an angel, Archangel Jophiel, said, "Come with me." And I went in the light, and she talked to me about my kids. She talked to me about my future and lots of other stuff that I still haven't remembered, actually. I just know that she was showing me and talking to me about quite a few other things. And remember, hit that like button and subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. A near-death experience is when you go through something in this human life and you nearly die, but you choose, because I definitely remember choosing, to come back into this physical body and to not stay in the spiritual heaven space. So you nearly die, but you get that unique opportunity to really connect in with who you are as a spiritual being. And sometimes it can wake you up and you didn't even realize it. So stay to the end so you can click on a link so you can connect with one of your spirit guides and talk with them about any questions that you have. And what I mean by woke up is remembering who you really are as a spiritual being, becoming more intuitive, being not afraid to talk to angels, spirit guides, past over people, and those types of things. I have a great story to share too. I had someone come to me for a reading one time, and he was this big burly guy, truck driver, and he asked me, he said, "Am I crazy, or am I really seeing people who are past wandering around?" And I tuned in a minute, and I was able to see what he was talking about. And I said to him, did you have a near-death experience? And he's like, "No, I didn't, not that I'm aware of." And so I asked for his guides to show me, well, what happened? And so they took me to a time where he was in the hospital. And I said, "They're showing me that you were in the hospital." I'm like, what happened? And he said, "Oh," and I forget exactly what happened, honestly, but he said something happened where it hurt him very terribly on his face, and he was in intensive care for quite a while. But during that time, he thought he saw an aunt and uncle of his. Now they're passed. So he was talking with them, and what happened is that when he was talking to his aunt and uncle who have passed on the other side, he removed any blocks of "I'm not permitted to see people who are past or dead." And now he's seeing people who are past. So that rule, if you will, was removed. And now he's open to seeing all those types of things. That was his near-death experience. Now I'm hoping that he's worked through and got comfortable with knowing that, because at the time that I spoke with him a long time ago, he was unsettled about it, didn't know what to do with it, didn't know how to relay the information, and people thought he was nuts. Well, sure, if you go from being this big burly truck driver dude who never spoke about this type of thing before, ever, and all of a sudden talking to Aunt Josie or whomever out of nowhere, they're going to be like, "Hey, what happened to you, man?" Do you know what I mean? And so that's just another example of what can change whenever you have a near-death experience. You remember who you really are, and who you really are is a spiritual being. This human existence is just one of many that you've had. Lots of love and light to you.